Hello everyone, Max is here. Today we're going to be talking about the new product from VKB company, which is the Gladiator NXT joystick. The Gladiator NXT joystick is the new generation of original Gladiator joystick, very well known in the flight simulation world, and which is new. You can see here in the box modular flight control system. It does mean that you basically can remove this side panel or this side panel and add any throttle quadrant or any other levers or control switches, maybe knobs and buttons to maximize your control. What I do have here, it's a Gladiator NXT joystick itself. It consists of two parts. It's Cosmosima grip and the new, very unique Gladiator NXT base. So the Cosmosima grip itself, it's not very new. I've got my one already more than 1 year, and I'm using it with a gunfighter base. The grip itself is very well designed, and it has awesome ergonomics and functionality well above average. It does have three traditional 4-way heads, which could be pushed as well, and a mini stick. Mini stick, it has and heads are easily reachable with a thumb, and it also has a traditional red trigger and 2-way black trigger. This base has two encoders and on both sides and a very firm throttle lever, which gives you a really nice response when you're moving it. But it's kind of difficult to use this setup to fly in, let's say, helicopters or any other airplane like piston engine aircraft, World War II fighters, because the range of the movement is not really that big. You know, for the precision flying of these aircraft or helicopters, it's better to have something with the extension. When you fly in real aircraft, it's kind of easier to control it, at least for me, because you kind of feel this airflow pressure on your stick, you know, through the flight control surfaces and cables and rods and everything. And when you're using the small joystick like this without inertia, it's like a plastic grip, which is not very heavy, doesn't have a mass really, you know. It's kind of wobbling around the center. It's not that precise, you know, to be honest. And that's why I'm using the system like this with the extension for the precision control of the aircraft I'm flying. So let's say you are rolling the aircraft to the right, for example. You're doing like this, then releasing the stick, and the real aircraft, it will be blown back to the center by the aerodynamic forces, and it will stay there in the center. In the joystick, it's going to be doing like this. But even this gunfighter base does have a nylon dampers. It's not very good, I would say, because the idea was bright and good, but the realization was not that, you know, flawless. And that's why I just you know, disconnected them here and for the using for the side stick. Okay, let's do this test first. I will try to apply the same amount of pressure on my fingers to see how those grips moves. You know, well, I'm doing my best, you know, to apply the same pressure. You can see that the gunfighter base allows the stick, allows the grip go from left to the right, to up and down and everything, and just kind of wobbling and feel loose around the center. And this one is kind of firm, you know, it's like a stick in a grease, you know. It's kind of damper every movement you have here. So let's have a look at this particular base. Let's do the same test we did before with the gunfighter. Let's say we're rolling aircraft to the right, then releasing. How about that? It's awesome. It's awesome. It behaves like it's real aircraft. I mean, you've seen the same in the footage that the stick, you know, come back, you know, back to the center position. And this damping, you know, when the first time I've seen that, I was like, there was a question in my head, how it's even possible, you know, to do this. And VKB, they told me that it is possible. They're using the tiny gaps in the mechanical part of the joystick, which is filled up with the damping grease, and it makes this all this possible, you know. It's so nice. It feels natural. I mean, you kind of feel like you're flying a real aircraft. You kind of feel this center. It's you can even feel this airflow. It's like you can feel that you're moving the stick through something, through the airflow, for example. Okay, let's now try out this new and shiny Gladiator NXT joystick in real life. I mean, in a simulation, of course. So we are now trying out DCS P47, and even I'm not a fan of this table-based spring-loaded joystick. I would like to have a joystick with an extension to have a precise control. I will try my best to fly this thing with this new Gladiator NXT. So I will kind of try out to use this new damping feature. Maybe it will help me to control this aircraft precisely. So let's take off. We are on the Normandy map here, you know, starting takeoff roll. I will try to put my tail flying firstly, and let's see how it goes. So, you know, I don't have any force feedback here in the joystick, but, you know, this feeling which I can feel right now throughout the damping, it's so nice. Joystick feels really firm, and, you know, let's go flying, and up we go. Wow, I mean, I still can control this aircraft firmly, I mean, and nicely and precisely. We're taking off, just making a turn, continuous thrust, closing canopy, and yeah, I mean, it's so easy and nice to control the aircraft. You don't need to move this stick back and forth. You kind of feel this neutral position. You kind of feel this airflow. So it's so easy to adjust your movement. You can easily go, you know, in a bank, in a pitch, and you can very, you know, I mean, I kind of like it. It's so good. I know. Even I'm comparing it to the big joystick with the extension, which gives you, you know, precisely feeling of the aircraft, precise feeling of the aircraft. And right now I'm flying with this damper. I kind of feel that I've got this airflow on my surfaces, and pretty nice feeling. I mean, this aircraft stays, you know, stable in the path. You know, it's so easy to control it. Let's put it nose up and let's roll it. Let's release it. Oh, it's so nice. It's so goddamn nice, and I mean, it's really nice. It's so cool. I mean, this feeling, it's like I'm flying a real airplane. Even if it's not my normal setup, normally I'm using the joystick with an extension, even with a force feedback. I still feel you know, natural flying this joystick. It feels so good. I mean, you kind of feel this neutral position. You can really adjust your movement. You're not wobbling around center. It doesn't feel loose around the center. You still need to apply some pressure. This joystick not going to be doing something by itself. You know, you have to apply some pressure. You kind of, and it makes easier to control any movement you are making. Yes, it's really nice. It's a pleasure to be flying with this joystick. You know what? Let's try it out with the helicopter. And here we are in the Huey UH-1 helicopter. Let's try out this helicopter with the nice and shiny Gladiator stick. So this aircraft in real life, it does have a force stream, which means basically you've got a spring-loaded mechanics, and you can move the center, the spring-loaded center of this mechanics, moving the trimmer, or just making an offset with one button to make this new neutral position. You can switch off this force stream, and when you did this, you can easily control aircraft through the stick because of hydraulic, and you won't have any center position. So it's kind of easy. In the real life, I'm using the same because, you know, I'm getting rid of the force stream because it's much more easy to control real aircraft without the force streams. You know, just for me maybe. So let's try out this helicopter. Let's see if we can even hover with this small stick. You know, let's try it out. because it's not going to be the same like when you're flying with the extension. You kind of feel that you should move this stick with very tiny movements. So let's see if we can do this at all. So we're trying to pick up the collective and just a little bit of rudder. All right, and up we go. Now we're hovering, so it's not that bad. I mean, this damping, it really makes difference. I mean, really, it's so good. It's not wobbling around center. It's kind of, you can feel this position. In any other movement you have to do, you have to apply some amount of pressure, I guess. So I would suggest for the guys who fly in helicopters, not flying any other aircrafts besides helicopters, you may go ahead and switch those springs in a base. Just take them out, and you will feel the same like in a real aircraft with the force stream off. And because of this damping system, you will feel everything like you have to move any movement. You will feel that you're doing something, that you're moving the stick all over the places. You will still have this feeling that you're controlling something, like inertial mass of the system, but you won't have this middle spring-loaded center position. It's not really convenient when I'm flying right now in front. I have to pull my stick through the strength of the springs. So let's say if you are sticking with the helicopters and you are doing the only helicopters flying, just go ahead, unattach or remove those springs and enjoy your helicopter flying without this, like without a force stream implemented. Let's go ahead and find some place to land. Yeah, definitely. You should, when you fly in helicopters only, you should try out this one. Try out to disconnect springs and try out this, force stream off system in action. It's kind of very nice. Of course, if you are already using the cyclic helicopter cyclic with an extension like a big one, and you are a helicopter fan, you don't need to have this joystick. But you know what, I wish VKB can do this extension version of the joystick with kind of the same damping system. It will be really nice and helpful for the helicopter flying as well, as well as for it would be very good for flying aircraft as well, I mean airplanes as well. Let's try to go ahead and land on this small point over here. Yeah, that's flying technique. It's not it's not a problem of the joystick itself. When you're flying a helicopter, you try to avoid this managing left and right, back and forth. What I'm doing right now, you have to fly it still as you can, because otherwise you're going to be shaking yourself. All right, we have landed. Let's try out to take off from this place. I feel it would be all right. Let's try it out. So we kind of tried keep the aircraft helicopter in place, and we'll try to lift off without any banks or something like that, just to try to keep ourselves right in a place where we are. Here we go, up we go. That's a nice feeling. I mean, I do like it. To flying this joystick, no matter what kind of aircraft you're flying, airplane or helicopter, it's really nice. Feels good. Wow. Cool. And we are flying. Here we go. That's a good thing. You know what? This joystick is very nice for flying helicopters as well. So the conclusion is it's very exciting joystick for the price tag of 120 up to 150, depends on the grip type, and it will allow you to control precisely your virtual aircraft, either you're flying a helicopter, airplane or a spaceship. So thank you very much for watching. See you.